Hey guys, I am Mary Sola or Blitzen, and this is another episode of Blitz Quick Tutorials. Now, before we go any further, just know that this is going to be a difficult tutorial, but it is one of my favorite moves, and it is my favorite finger roll combination. So you guys are going to know my favorite finger roll move and be able to do it in your light shows. Before we jump into the video, couple fun announcements as always. If you're looking to purchase any LED gloves, anything like that, any rave related stuff, attire, they also sell masks. You can go to amazinglights.com, use code BLITZEN and save 10% on your purchase. Anything that you guys purchase helps me out as well if you use that code. So go ahead and use the code if you need to purchase anything, and you guys get a little sweet discount, you know what I'm saying? Other exciting news, I just started a brand new YouTube channel. Yes, as I didn't have enough other social media things to think about. It is listed on my featured channels, and I'll put a link to it down in the description. It's called Blitzen's World. As you guys can see by all the things in my little studio office space, I'm very nerdy. Yeah, there's just a lot of really nerdy things that I'm into, that other hobbies that I have that I feel like sharing with you guys. One of which I collect pop figures, I collect comic books, and I'm gonna start posting on that very soon. So if you guys wanna go over there and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. It's gonna be anything like that, any nerdy stuff. So all my fellow nerds, and I know you guys are nerds. Like, I know a lot of you guys are nerds. If you're gloving, like, you're most likely a nerd, we're a nerd, or we're like listening to scene music. All right, now thanks for listening to that. So I'm gonna teach you guys that finger roll combination right now. All right, so here's my absolute favorite finger roll combination. I've done it in so many light shows. You guys have probably seen me do it 100 times, and it's a combination of a couple different types of finger rolls. So here is the combination right here. There you go. So basically what it is it is a crossover finger roll into a inverted type finger roll, but you're kind of moving your hands, snaking your hands up and then back down, so up this way. So things you'll need to know to learn this properly. You'll need to know a downward facing finger roll. The crossover finger roll, you don't have to know that, but it would help. I mean, if not, you can learn it in this video. And a upward and downward facing finger roll, which is basically this right here. Okay, where to start? We start with the crossover finger roll, right? So that's this movement right here. So let's break that down and see what's really going on. So with the crossover finger roll, you're starting by pulling, right, your left hand. I like to lead with my left hand. I actually was thinking about this the other day. It's like really difficult for me to lead with my other hand. I can do it, but not as well. You guys can see. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I have to like think about it a little more, So I'm gonna teach with my left hand. You can do it either way. Just know that the instructions are flipped. So from here, I like to put, for my crossover finger rolls, I like to put my one thumb on top, one thumb here, and I like to, once I do that, then I line up my hands like this. So I keep my hands flat, index fingers are touching. The problem with, you can have both thumbs underneath, but it kind of gets in the way when you have to transition. That's why I like keeping one thumb on top, so it's a little easier, and you can see it kind of just like the whole thing connects, and it looks more like just one set of fingers. So from here, you're going to start with your pinky finger. You're going to go all the way down. You're closing this way, right? And as you're closing, you're starting to pull your hand this way, your right hand. Okay, and that's closing from the index finger towards the pinky finger. Now, this is important. Once you get here, you don't want to close the hand all the way. This right hand is almost just staying halfway open and kind of just shifting back and forth the whole time. So when you pull down from here, right as you're about midway through your right hand, you're gonna bring your left hand over the top and you're gonna start to open from your index finger. And you're gonna connect from the pinky fingers and you're gonna pull this hand back in this direction, okay? And once you start pulling it, right, you're doing index finger to pinky finger. Your right hand is now doing pinky finger to index finger, and then you're gonna shift the hand back over. So the left hand is just kind of moving over the top of it, right? This is one way to learn it. You can learn it by just keeping your hand like this, moving your left hand over, right? And then starting to move the other hand like that, right, with it. So to get that part really clean, you want the right hand has to be like almost delayed, right? So as you're pulling, it's just finishing that, and then, right, you move this hand over, the left hand over quicker to meet it there and kind of snatch it downward like that. Okay, you can see if I move quick, it looks cool versus if I go too slow. You can do it either way. You can do it slow, but I kind of like just snapping my hand over that way. Now, once we get this, okay, so you want to get comfortable here, okay? Once this feels comfortable, then we can transition into this, all right? So now, once your left hand goes down and over, you're bringing it back over this way, okay? What's gonna happen is you're going to then turn your left hand up. So the palm is gonna start facing upwards, and you're gonna start by doing a finger roll with your left hand opening from the index finger. I know it's a lot of left finger, you know, left hand, right hand, index finger, pinky finger, but stay with me on this, okay? So get this part down, and then now, right, we're twisting from here, open from the left hand, okay? Index finger open, and what's gonna happen is once this hand closes, your index finger is gonna line up with the pinky finger, and it's gonna start to open this way, okay? Your right hand's gonna start to open. And really what it is you're doing this, but we're doing it this way, okay? So again, from here, we're gonna start to open, and then this finger is gonna follow. From here, you're turning that hand, okay? And this right hand is turning this way, so your palms are shifting directions. So now your left hand, the palm is facing this way, right hand palm is facing this way. So we've turned everything from here. We're going up and then meeting there. Now to give it that kind of like liquidy, like just make it a little cleaner, okay? Everyone always, not everyone, but I hear a lot of people saying like relax more and it'll make everything look more fluid. It's actually the opposite. You don't want to relax more, because if you're too loose, it doesn't look as clean. You want to have more control of the fingers, so that way when you transition, right, it'll look more fluid, because the more control you have, the more you can control each part of the finger, right? You can do crazier stuff with your hands when there's more control of it. When you lack that, like that point of isolation where you can isolate like closing here from like here, right, then it'll make it a little bit more difficult. But when you have that, like when you can isolate your fingers like that, it'll make the liquid a lot easier. So if you're having trouble getting this to look fluid like that, right, or like this, or whatever finger roll you're doing, okay, work on finger isolations and it'll like change your whole life. So that was the tutorial for the day. That one was a little more complicated, so if you just watch that and you're like, wait, what? It is more complicated, okay? So just know that going into it. Keep practicing it. Practice the two things in parts, right? So practice this and then practice this, and think about how once you go here, right, your palms have to shift, right? Your palms have to open up this way, and that's the only way you're gonna be able to make that transition look clean, okay? If there's anything that you do take away from this, take away that palms are facing down and then they're facing out, and that will help a lot in being able to connect those. It's not gonna be clean right away, like you're not all of a sudden just gonna like, boom, have it. It's a tricky transition, and as you get better, you can do stuff like you could separate your hands and then have the hands meet there, but try it for now, just keeping your hands together so you don't have to, right, deal with the portion of like the timing of meeting the hand there, right, or doing like a separated finger roll type thing. It's more difficult that way. But if you do get it right away and you're like, oh, that was easy, that's one way you can complicate it a little bit more, is by you could separate your fingers more, right? Well, maybe not on that move. Well, actually, I guess you could. And then you could separate here, or you could bring them together and then separate them. All right, so that was a tricky one. I would love to see how you guys do. Post on Instagram, or I've been seeing you guys. Some of you guys have been posting on Instagram and on TikTok and tagging me in the new videos you're learning. I see you guys. I try to comment on all the ones that I see. Good work, keep it up. Follow me on my other accounts at Mary_Sola_. That's Instagram and TikTok. And yeah, thanks for watching another episode of Blitz Quick Tutorials. I'm Mary Sola or Blitzen, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.